Hello, my dear friends. It's always exciting to bring you trending, exciting, reliable, and authentic happenings. Yes, it was an I saw yesterday in Edo State, and I am really not comfortable with the way things are going in regards to the election of Edo State. You would not believe what happened in Edo yesterday, precisely at Isako West local government area of the state, and bunch of thugs actually attacked a commissioner of youth yesterday, and it was not funny. And of course, I'll bring the details of what happened yesterday in his home. But before then, if you haven't subscribed, quickly hit the subscribe button and also ensure that you turn on the notification bell, and don't forget to give our videos a thumbs up. Okay guys, don't forget it's the Saffron Media, and we give you trending, exciting, reliable and authentic happenings. Yes, let us quickly dive right into the details of this report, but it is really not encouraging as to the way people are taking this Edo election. Political talks at about 11 p.m. attacked the residence of the Commissioner for Youth, Honorable Damien Lawani, in Udaba Ekpehi community, Isako West local government area of the state. The Edo state government had alerted the public on Monday, July 20th, through publications in national newspaper that Comrade Oshiomhole and Captain Hosa Okumbo, on the prompting of Eze Iyamu, had engaged thugs at a meeting held at Ayegoba Sinwe in GRA Benin City, and paid them in advance to cause mayhem in the state. The attack is suspected to be part of the execution of the tax handed to the thugs. The gunmen, who met the commissioner's absence on getting to his house, shot sporadically at other residents, destroying several properties and leaving scores of Lawani's family members in pains and various degrees of injuries. The assailants, who promised to return to inflict more pain on the commissioner and his family members, dropped a message with the inscription, "Damien Lawani, you are lucky we did not meet you at home, but we promise that we are coming back for you if you like. Tighten security." And I'm sure you can see that on the screen on how they dropped it on his gate. Those injured in the attack, however, are receiving treatment at an undisclosed hospital. A resident who spoke to our correspondent on condition of anonymity said the entire walls of the building were defaced and window panes were shattered with bullets. The vehicles that brought them for the dastardly act was parked in front of the Udaba Ukpei Community Hall, as it couldn't access the road to Damien Lawani's residence because of its deplorable nature from the third road. Between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. on that fateful evening, the generator in Lawani's compound was powered for the purpose of pumping water from the motorized borehole to the overhead tank, which then created the impression of Lawani's presence in Udaba Ukpei community. Perhaps their informants in the community, on sighting the light in his compound, thought that the commissioner was around and therefore wrongly informed Israel principals that Lawani was in the village. Hence, they came at about 11 p.m. to carry out the dastardly act. The Udaba Ukpei community residents couldn't come out as a result of the sporadic gunshots, but we thank God that Honorable Damien Lawani wasn't actually around for the assailants to accomplish their devilish mission, he added. So guys, you can see that this election is actually taking a wrong turn, because if this is what it's going to happen because of an election that just one person will emerge, I wonder what kind of mindset is actually going on, or the kind of mindset that people had regarding elections. Because if at this time they're already carrying guns and hurting people just because of elections, I wonder what is the meaning of all this. If you can remember earlier, though I did not drop that news here, but of course earlier when the campaign started, between Eze Iyamu and Obaseki, back then in the APC, there was also one of the politicians that his house was visited and the wife was raped and was killed, and there was a letter written on the body of the woman for the man to see. It is getting too much. Just because of election, we don't need to lose our life. We don't need to lose our loved ones. We don't need to lose anyone just because an election is coming, or we don't need to kill. It is high time that this thing stop. I talked about this in my videos, that election is not war. We don't have to kill ourselves. We don't need to fight ourselves. We don't need to become so violent in the name of my candidate is this, my candidate is that. At the end of the day, the candidate does not really know you. Really, all we pray for is that the candidate comes into power and do the right thing, serve the people, and, deliver the mandate of the people to them and ensure that everyone is okay. But going in the wrong way of, killing ourselves, fighting, causing problems for each other, it is not the way. Because at the end of the day, really, if you look at it, most of these politicians you fight for, they still become friends one way or the other. Because today he's in this party, tomorrow he will jump to another party, and he will become allies with the same people that is in his party. So what are you killing yourself for? Why are you fighting? Why are you causing mayhem? Because since the Oshiomhole came into the state, there has been a lot of uproar. There have been a lot of violence in the state. Talks are being sponsored to do all sort of things, which is not right. And even if he's not the one involved, sponsoring these talks, whoever is involved should stop. Just as Obaseki has pleaded with security agency that they should stay at alert and ensure that everyone is at peace in Edo State, really that should be the case. The security men should understand that it seems like this Edo election is going to be something else, so they should be at alert and stop anyone that wants to cause violence or tension in the state, because really the election has not even started. Just campaign started few weeks ago or a week ago, and see all the things that are already happening. It is wrong for any state to go through this in the name of election. Election is not war. We must not kill each other. We must not fight. Imagine a commissioner that is just doing his own work, and now, if not that he was not in that vicinity at that point, or is not in the village at that time, he would have just been killed just like that, and it would have been a loss to his family. So really, all these fights and violent acts should stop. If you ask the thugs why they went to his house or why they want to kill him, they will tell you, oh, he's occupying a position that somebody else should have occupied. Or there's an excuse that he's the one, perhaps maybe a leader that is leading some youths in that community to vote for so and so person. All of this should have to stop. Whoever becomes the leader at the end of the day, good for you. But sponsoring talks to cause, violence in the state or cause tension in the state, it is not good. You remember the election of Rivers State. It was so bad that people could not come out. The gunshot that was going on in the air was terrible. Everyone was so afraid. There was so much tension that people couldn't go out to vote. Even the few that decided to put themselves together to even say, okay, let me just go and vote, they couldn't. Some couldn't make it back to their house because a lot of people lost their lives in the course of the election. And it is high time Nigerians understand that election is not war. I will keep saying it until, this election is over. If you have relatives, you have friends that are still in Edo State, and you think this one is likely going to be used as a machinery for the election, call such a person and talk to the person, because the person will just lose his or her life for nothing. And the politician will still emerge, or even if he doesn't emerge, he will still be with his family, enjoying life, and thinking of another ambition or coming out for another position. Why the person that was used as a machinery has lost their lives. So if this commissioner were to be around, he would have just died, and he would have been a loss to his family. So guys, it is important, it is imminent that we all understand that election can be calm, election can be cool, election can be peaceful, and we can all attain this level of a peaceful election. And campaigning for your candidate does not call for, fights or anything. You can campaign for your candidates, but you don't have to make it violent or argue so much about who your candidate is. You've told people about your candidate, and in your heart, you know who your candidate is. So, dear friends, let's just stop here and let's move ahead. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and also ensure you give our video a thumbs up. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.